Hello, yes, our enemies have shown their hand. That's right. You see, in the past, the enemy hasn't shown its hand. At times, you've been some that have been spotted, very rarely. Then you've had some that have came out the closet and done an article, centre-page article in the newspaper to expose us how we're all nutters and gun runners and bomb makers and all the usual stuff, Holocaust deniers and whatever. But the modus operandi had gone unseen until I spotted it. So we've got to learn from this, because we now know what they want us to do, and we also know what doesn't work. What they want us to do is Paul Pitt in Dover, or Tommy Robinson, Manchester just gone, or Paul Golding knocking at Adam Chowdhury's house late at night or bursting into mosques, right? Using words such as save the white race, race and nation, or make whites great again, Angelo John Gage style, Nathan D'Amigo, National Youth Front, also to that work for the Southern Poverty Law Centre. But anyway, that's the strategy, and they're the words they want us to use. So why are some still using them? Exactly, because you're not all spies, right? There's about a dozen or two here in Britain. It's probably the same in America, if not more, right? Same in Australia, where they reclaim Australia, and what was the other one? Blair Cottrell, what's his name? United Patriots Front and all them. But anyway, what you can see now, what strategy and what words they want us to use. Violence on the high street, Tommy Robinson style. Or Tommy Robinson knocking at someone's house late at night, or confronting Muslim paedophiles outside court, or getting rammed off the road by Muslims. That's what they want us to do. That's the strategy. They're the words that they want us to do. So the enemy's showing its hand now, courtesy of Joe Owens getting onto it and spotting it. So we should be learning from this, but it's not happening. There's no one on the forums, some from VNN, as two examples, that are saying Joe Owens is right with this. This is spot on. Even if he's wrong and they're not spies, which I'm not, and they are. The strategy and the words are wrong. You see, save the white race, like I've said before. It never worked in the past, it's not going to work now. Harsh stuff like hang pedo scum just makes you sound and look like a lynch mob. That's not going to work, never has, never will. Also as well in the past, which wasn't the enemy, you've had great thinkers, great politicians like John Tyndall, Dr. William Pierce, writing in-depth articles. I'll give you a classic example. Tyndall wrote an excellent article. It was in the September issue of Spearhead, 1979. Anniversary of a catastrophe. The 1st of September it was, when when Germany invaded Poland, and we went to war against Germany. Now the article was an excellent article, but who was it for? It's not politics. That's an historical military club or something. It's not politics. Dr. William Pierce writing in-depth articles about Sparta, or Gavril Princip starting the First World War, and how Theodore Herzl promised the British that if they gave them Palestine, America could bring America into the war. It's not politics, it's a history club. And these are the mistakes we've been making. Now that's not the enemy, that's just mistakes. But the enemy has still been there pushing nonsense, like, even though the enemy didn't coin the phrase, 14 words, the enemy likes you saying it because it's going to get nowhere. And also, who's the author of it? A bank robber. Yeah, exactly. You know, save the white race, make whites great again. Angelo John Gage style. Him and Nathan D'Amigo, National Youth Front, both work for the Southern Poverty Law Centre, just like Richard Spencer does. Richard Spencer, again, identitarianism. I mean, what? That's something like out of Star Trek or something. You know, it's mad. Again, it's not politics, and they know it's not, right? What's politics is Tip O'Neill. All politics is local. I've just ordered his book. Can't wait to get it and devour it. All politics is local. The public's not interested about the greatness of Rome or Sparta, or our great ancestors like Edison, Telsa, Shockley, Charles Lindbergh, and all the rest of them. You see in these videos, and the conquest of Rome or Greece over the hordes of the Third World back in such and such AD or whatever. They're not interested. They're not, they never have been. It's an historical club, right? Once you start pushing all that. And also, makes us look weird and strange, doesn't it? You know, what you've got to do is push politics, and that's not politics. Fighting in Dover with Antifa, Paul Pitt style, that's not politics. That's the enemy driving people away from us. Tommy Robinson in Manchester, EDL style, disrespecting the victims of the Manchester Arena bombing is not politics, right? It's a disgrace. Tommy Robinson knocking at someone's door in the dead of night is not politics, it's harassment. And this is where they've got us, this is where they've taken us. Or Stephen Molyneux, in-depth, literally in-depth videos, talks about can intelligence be made? Again, it's not politics. Or Millennial Woes, giving out the latest advice for some dysfunctional problem some listener has sent in to him or whatever. Again, it's not politics. It's got you all tied up doing nothing. Tip O'Neill, all politics is local, is what they don't want us to do. What we have to do is address the selfish, that's right, the selfish concerns, selfish individualism of our people, because that's what they've been reduced to, a selfish animal now. Not their fault, but that's where they are now. But that selfishness is driven, and we can take advantage of that, right? Selfishness, it's not only driven, it can be all-consuming as well, where that's all they think of. Well, we can address their selfish worries and concerns and selfish needs. That, listen, mass immigration is taking your jobs, your houses, your kids' places at school. It's making you wait longer for a dentist, doctor, and hospital waiting list, and so on and so on. And believe me, that selfishness can be rallied behind British nationalism. What they don't want is all that what I've mentioned. What they do want is Paul Pitt fighting with Antifa in Dover. Tommy Robinson, Manchester just gone. Paul Golding, Jada Franson knocking at someone's door late at night. Normally Adam Chowdhury when he's out of jail, or bursting into mosques or Sharia courts or halal slaughterhouses or whatever. That's what they want you to do. They also want you to push dead-end nonsense that has never worked and never will. Save the white race, race and nation, make whites great again, Angelo John Gage style, and all identitarianism, as I've said. Richard Spencer, that's something out of Star Trek. So that's what they want us to push. What they don't want you to push is local politics for local people, local issues for local people. All politics is local, as Tip O'Neill said. He was the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I've just ordered his book, All Politics is Local, and it looks good. I've also got one here by Chris Matthews, The Hardball Handbook of Life, How to Succeed in Life in Politics, and some of the strategies, advice and one-liners that he's been saying that they're excellent. They will definitely work on a local level, highlighting the dangers of mass immigration and how it's going to affect our selfish people. Because our people are selfish now. It doesn't make them bad, doesn't make it a bad person. They've been driven that way by globalism, consumerism, materialism, cultural market, whatever you want to call it, right? But that's selfishism. That's selfishness, should I say. That selfishness, right, is going to work to our advantage. Trust me, it is. So ditch the enemy strategy in words of 14 words, or save the white race, make whites great again, Angbedo scum, race and nation. Doesn't work. Ditch the strategy of violent confrontation on the high street. Doesn't work. Scares the living daylights out the public. I shouldn't even have to be making this video, but sadly some are still not listening. A lot are, because I get messages, a lot are. So that's what we have to do. The enemy's showing its hand now, right? And we know what it wants us to push and what it doesn't want to push. Remember, all politics is local. Tip O'Neill. I can't wait to get the book. I'm going to devour it and then I'll do another video on it. Okay, thank you.